Representatives that are skilled in setting appointments not only make the biggest bucks, but also can save themselves a lot of time and cold calling. When you have the appointment, the probability of enrolling the business dramatically increases, and it's also much less stressful to you. Just think about it. You are no longer walking in cold, unexpected, and uninvited. This is not to minimize the importance of traditional cold calling. You will still be doing plenty of that, and the results can be great, assuming the decision maker is present and will make time to visit. But if you already have your day filled with scheduled appointments, you'll be able to make a few unscheduled stops as well. Now, this should be very encouraging to you. To date, nearly 90% of our enrolled businesses in Hometown Hero and our fundraisers were created by cold calling. Now imagine how much more effective this can be with the proper business plan. Make it easier on yourself and become proficient in setting your appointments. First, select either one or at most 2 days dedicated to setting your appointments. Friday is one of the best days, and Monday is another good choice. In order to maximize your effectiveness and increase the probability of getting the appointment, it's our policy that this be developed and polished with family. Now, your Hometown Hero family I'm talking about. We will role play and coach one another until we nail it, and our coach says, "You nailed it." This process will increase competency and confidence level dramatically before you make your first call. And this same model is utilized for the in-person presentation in our next training as well. Print out the script for setting the appointment located in your Hometown Hero back office and follow along with me. Unlike the presentation and the 30 and 60-second script, it's not completely necessary to memorize the appointment. Why not? Because you're on the phone and they can't see you. It frees you to focus more on how you're communicating rather than worrying about forgetting something. In reality, you won't need the script for long because it's brief and it'll become second nature to you. What is most important is to make it your own and not a mechanical recitation. There are 3 important factors to always keep in mind in the initial contact, and please make note of these 3 factors. Number 1, enthusiasm. Get their attention. Personal enthusiasm, genuine enthusiasm, people don't quickly forget. Number 2, urgency. In a confident way, communicate the urgency of why you're there. And thirdly, curiosity. To be effective, each of these must be genuinely conveyed in a way that does not come across as pushy or heavy-handed. It must be real, natural, and fit your personality. People can instinctively spot a fake, and it's important to prepare yourself before you pick up the phone. Be physically and mentally prepared and smile when you're on the phone. They can hear your smile. Practice on yourself and others in the family to be effective in these 3 areas. And here's a real quick word about curiosity. Try to keep the curiosity level high. To the degree that you satisfy someone's curiosity, to that very degree, they may not look at what you have to offer. They begin to assume something that it's not. Be sensitive in this area and give them just enough to avoid offending them by still keeping them curious to know more. Quality time and personal coaching will help you a whole lot in this area. Keep it real. Now, before calling on a business, it's best to do a little research. A lot of people just tend to get out the phone book and make a bunch of calls. Do yourself a favor and your business a favor. Google the business, find out who owns the business, see if you know who the general manager is, etc. If possible, know the owner, managers, their name to make it more personal. Think about it. When you say, "May I speak to the owner or manager?" or "Is the owner or manager in?" immediately they know it's a sales call. And that will generally be relayed to the person that you're attempting to contact. The outcome is not always positive. Asking for someone by name is always preferred. Now, when they ask who's calling, what are you going to say? Just give them your name. You don't even need to give them the company name unless they ask. If they ask, what is this in regards to? Well, we're selecting several businesses to send our members to. This is not a sales call. All right, so let's look at the appointment. I'll read and you follow along. Hello, Mr. Smith. This is Marvin Yagodinskowskowitz with Hometown Hero. I was just wondering if I could have a few minutes of your time to talk to you about our company. Would you be interested in giving a discount for people who use our discount card? It's used as a fundraiser for a lot of local nonprofit organizations, and I was just wondering if you would be willing to let me come by and explain our program. It will only take a few minutes of your time. Is this something that you might be interested in? Okay, there you go. Short and sweet. What do you think? Did I get the appointment? Don't get me wrong. I believe in miracles, and this would certainly qualify if I got the appointment with that. Hopefully, this will illustrate what not to do unless you're intent on failure. Here's the rules. Number 1, you are selecting them. Number 2, you are not telling, you're inviting. Number 3, sell the appointment. You know, while Marvin and I have had personal success in presenting and enrolling Gold Plus businesses over the phone, the personal visit is preferred, especially when establishing a new area that has never heard of Hometown Hero. So let's try this again. Here we go. Hello, is this John? Hi, John. This is Herman Glimpsher Michelvik Grumstock III with Hometown Hero. We're in the process of getting established here in San Antonio, and we're selecting local businesses to send our members to. If invited, we have a very large and growing group of consumers, both locally and from other areas, that will be encouraged to patronize businesses selected. Your business was either referred to us by our consumer group or selected by our company for consideration. Now, I'm going to be in your part of town most of the day on Wednesday. I'd like to come by for a few minutes to take a quick look at what your business offers and just to meet you and say hi. How's Wednesday look for you? Is morning or afternoon better? Okay. Notice the elements. They are being considered. We are selecting them. We are not attempting to sell them anything or talk them into anything. This is by invitation only. Now, there are many directions a phone conversation such as this can take depending on what your prospect may say. You know, what's this about? What's it going to cost me? What other businesses are involved, etc., ad infinitum, ad nauseum. Our company conference calls will explore these nuances, but what is important to remember is to always bring it back to what time works best for you. I'll be there Wednesday. Is morning or afternoon better for you? All right, I've got a 10 o'clock or is 1 better for you? In other words, give them a multiple choice. Don't say, does that sound okay? Or when would you like to meet? Give them a choice. Don't get into the trap of feeling that you have to answer in detail all of their questions. But you also do not avoid them. You simply let them know that the information that you bring, that you're going to bring by to them, should answer any question. You know, in some circumstances, it may be appropriate to actually give the whole pitch on the phone, but do this with great care. Always prefer doing it in person. In summary, I want to again emphasize the most crucial area of your effectiveness as a Hometown Hero representative is how do you make people feel? People like doing business with people they like. Learn to establish a positive rapport with the first few words out of your mouth, and you build from there. It's not just about what you say. It's more about how you say it. This is a very relational business. Now, here's your homework. Please write this down. Number 1, record yourself making the appointment and play it back. Put yourself in the position of a business owner. How does it make you feel? How do you make you feel? Be honest with yourself. Look at it. Call your team leader. Number 2, call your team leader and others and practice on them like it's the real meal deal. Get their honest input as to your effectiveness and be very open to constructive criticism. Your foundation is forming. Make it a solid one. And by the way, when you record yourself making the appointment and you play it back, do that several times. Maybe 4 or 5 times until you're kind of happy with it. Then here's what I want you to do. Play the first recording again. Don't erase the first one. You keep that sucker. Play it again, and then immediately after that, play the last one. Hopefully, you'll see a drastic improvement. You better, or you might be in the wrong business. Now, before you make your real first call, I want to make this real clear. You must be cleared by your area director or corporate. All right, now let's move on to presenting Hometown Hero to a business.